Tonight at 6, Sister Cindy, one of the most controversial TikTok stars, visited campus today. We have the details.
Downtown Kent experienced a fall tradition this past weekend that included live music, German food, and more. We have more details on Oktoberfest later on.
The auto workers' strike expanded after the companies did not come to an agreement. What are the updates and how it will affect Ohio?
And the writer's strike that has been going on for nearly 5 months may be coming to an end. We'll have more information later on TV2 News.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Nuried Hurtado.
And I'm Dom O'Brien.
We start our coverage tonight with the visit to Kent of one of the most controversial TikTok stars, Sister Cindy.
Our reporter Lex Radde has more on what happened today on Kent's campus. Hi, Lex.
Hey guys, you may have noticed the big crowd on campus near the K. Students turned out to see viral TikTok star Sister Cindy and what she was preaching to Kent State students. Sister Cindy has gained popularity on TikTok, promoting her beliefs on various social issues like religion, feminism, and sexuality.
But obviously I think this is kind of ridiculous and I feel like she should take it somewhere else, but it's kind of fun. I just hope people are laughing at her, not with her.
In her videos, Sister Cindy reads portions of the Bible and asks students vulgar questions. The vulgar nature of her speeches is what draws most students to her campus events, including her motto, Ho No Mo.
She's not making it boring, entertaining. She knows how to entertain her audience and really make sure we know her message.
Just out here for a laugh, they'll get that. But if they want truth, they'll get truth too.
Sister Cindy said she visits colleges to teach young people about the practices and beliefs of the Bible because she converted to Christianity while in college.
So naturally, I wanted to go back to my fellow students and share the gospel of Jesus Christ.
She came up to me and asked for my name and then asked if I would like to be prayed over. And I said sure, and I said, what's the prayer going to be around? She says, I won't know until it comes to me.
If you missed the preachings today, Sister Cindy will be returning tomorrow at the K at 12 p.m. For TV2 News, this is Lex Radde.
Thank you, Lex. Now, abortion opponents say they are laser focused on defeating a proposed constitutional amendment on the November ballot rather than passing new laws. But abortion right proponents said lobbyists are avoiding to talk about what they would do if November's issue 1 fails. Ohio Republicans passed a law in 2019 banning most abortions but prohibiting doctors from performing the procedure after cardiac activity, which is around 6 weeks gestation.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor John Husted announced the approval of assistance for 6 projects set to create 332 new jobs and retain 926 jobs statewide. The Ohio Tax Credit Authority reviewed economic development proposals brought to the board by Jobs Ohio and its original partners. The projects are expected to result in more than $27 million in new payroll and spur more than $426 million in investments across Ohio.
Leaders from across the state met today to discuss school bus safety for the second time. The meeting focused on the history of bus crashes across the country and discussed some of the most high-profile bus crashes, what caused them, and the injuries associated with those crashes. Some other topics to be discussed on future meetings are seatbelts and the driver shortage.
Good afternoon, Kent State and Portage County. I'm Nicholas Keller with your Monday weather forecast. Starting off with currently in Kent. We have 72 degrees with a feeling like 72. Dew point at 59 degrees with the wind going northeast at 4 miles per hour. Humidity is at 63%. Visibility is currently at 9 miles. Now for our hour-by-hour forecast, 8 p.m. tonight we're going to have 64 degrees with cloudy skies. Midnight tonight we're going to have 62 degrees with cloudy skies. And at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning we'll have 58 degrees with cloudy skies as well. Tomorrow we're going to have 67 degrees with the wind going east-southeast at 11 miles per hour. Cloudy skies with possible rain showers, and sunset is going to be at 7:16. That's all I have for you now, but make sure you stick around for your 7-day forecast and more.
A Portage County resident will begin his third year running through every township in the county. The address Hunger and Poverty in the Area. Aurora resident John Kennedy created this event in 2020 and is asking for volunteers to run any distance and in any location they wish. This is also to support local food pantries on the Hunger Run website. Kennedy will run more than 100 miles over the course of 3 weeks before finishing on October 7th.
Cassidy Tram was a freshman when she was hit by a car near Aurora Farms Premium Outlet. Now she's a senior in high school and is planning on taking part on the nationwide Children's Hospital Columbus Marathon on October 15th. Cassidy also is one of 5 people receiving the Lashutke Spirit Award, given to participants who had to face down challenges or obstacles before competing.
Akron jury in the case of 2 men accused of killing Ethan Liming has now officially reached a verdict. The jury found Deshaun and Tyler Stafford not guilty of 1 count of involuntary manslaughter. However, Deshaun Stafford was found guilty of aggravated assault and assault, while Tyler Stafford was found guilty of assault. Sentencing for the 2 charges is scheduled October 26th.
The personal information of students, faculty, and staff in Lakeland Community College has been compromised. The school explained on a letter that the incident happened between March 7 and March 31st this year. Some of the information compromised were names and social security numbers of some members of the school between students and staff. The school said the investigation started immediately and ended on August 20th and suggested to take precautionary steps.
200 passengers were stranded near Kelly's Island this Saturday after the boat suffered an engine problem. The Good Time First was on a regular excursion when it lost propulsion. According to the United States Coast Guard in Detroit, the ferry made contact with them around 5 p.m. for help, and the ferry finally returned to the dock around 9 p.m. No injuries were reported, but some passengers were experiencing seasickness during the incident.
The writers' strike might be coming to an end soon, what this means for Hollywood and how it will affect upcoming movies and shows.
And former President Donald Trump is encouraging his followers in Congress to hold funds in exchange for meeting certain demands. Learn Senator McCarthy's response after this.
I had to rejoin.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back. This weekend, downtown Kent enjoy live music, German food, and a lot of beer with Oktoberfest back in town.
That's right. Our reporter Erin Sullivan was at the event and has more on the story. Hi, Erin.
Hi, guys. That's right. I was at Main Street Kent's annual Oktoberfest, and no, I'm not just saying I had a good time because I was assigned to this story. Genuinely, everyone was having such a good time. And if you don't believe me, then take a look.
Oktoberfest. We got a lot going on today. We got dancing, cider, beer, and of course, my personal favorite, soft pretzels. We got a lot of fun people here today. I'm having a blast.
Main Street Kent held their annual Oktoberfest Saturday, and it drew quite the crowd. Hundreds of people visited Franklin Avenue to celebrate the German festival. And the fest had it all: local brewed beer, dancing, live music, and of course, lots of food.
My goals today to get a bratwurst, which I've got, get a beer, get some chicken paprikash.
Local food vendors like the Pierogi Lady, Erie Street Kitchen, and Grazers kept guests fed and happy with German-inspired cuisine. Bratwurst, pierogies, and pretzels seem to be fest favorites.
One of our favorite events of the year, so we get to make cabbage and noodles, which we love. We make with real butter, so it's really like Grandma used to make. And our hot pretzels, of course, Oktoberfest is the best time to have hot pretzels.
Performances from the German Family Society Youth and a Stein holding competition kept guests entertained at the Hometown Bank Plaza. And by the turnout of the event and the look on everyone's faces, it seems like Oktoberfest was a good time had by all.
I get a thrill, I always will, and there's an old Polish stretch.
And towards the end of the night, I was told by the pierogi lady that she sold 10,000 pounds of pierogies. And no, I'm not kidding. I could only imagine how much beer was sold.
Well, Erin, I really think that you had an amazing time. What else can you tell us about it?
Well, I didn't eat too much, but I absolutely, did other things. I danced, had some cider, and definitely took in the great atmosphere. So definitely make your way down there if you haven't, because that was my favorite event of the year, and I'm going back next.
All right, Erin, thank you so much. Well, now the writers' strike might be coming to an end anytime now after writers reach a possible agreement.
Our correspondent Tyler Schloser has more on this and other national headlines. Hi, Tyler.
Hey guys, like you said, the Writers and Screen Actors Guilds of America could halt their strike soon. After nearly 5 months of strikes and protests, they have reached a tentative agreement with leaders in Hollywood. The WGA assured members and concerned outsiders that this deal is exceptional, with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every section of the membership. While the WGA is attempting to wrap up their strike, the United Auto Workers organization is only getting started. Currently, 12% of their membership is on strike, and they believe their next step forward is to go for the more nuclear option, as put by David Ives, a union analyst. This would involve targeting additional plants for both vehicle assembly and part manufacture, which would put much more pressure on automakers, but also risk disrupting consumer service, and could turn part of the general population against them. A government shutdown looms on the horizon this week as former President Donald Trump encourages his followers in Congress to withhold funds in exchange for meeting their demands. Some Republicans believe this to be an important step in exerting power in Congress, but Speaker of the House, Senator McCarthy, disagrees.
Well, you have to keep the government open. I mean, if people want to close the government, it only makes them weaker. Why would they want to stop paying the troops or stop paying the border agents or the Coast Guard? I don't understand how that makes you stronger. I don't understand what point you're trying to make. We've got a border that's wide open today. We say it's getting worse each month under Joe Biden. We've got now border agents you saw this morning being bloodied. Why would you want to stop paying those individuals? I couldn't understand somebody that would want to do that.
That's all the national news we have for today. Reporting for TV2, I'm Tyler Schlosser.
Hello and welcome back to the Monday weather forecast, so you stay informed before the storm. We're going to jump right back in with currently in Northeast Ohio. Currently in Sandusky, 67 degrees in Mansfield, 69 degrees in Worcester, 70 degrees in Cleveland, 70 degrees in Ashtabula, 68 degrees in Kent, 70 degrees in Canton, and 71 degrees in Youngstown. Now for a 7-day forecast. Right now, statewide, we have 68 degrees in Lima, 62 degrees in Dayton, 77 degrees in Cincinnati, 67 degrees in Athens, 67 degrees in Steubenville, 71 degrees in Akron, and 70 degrees in Columbus, which is much cooler than they were last week. Now for the 7-day forecast. We have Tuesday, high of 67 degrees with a low of 55, with cloudy with a chance of rain. Wednesday, we have highs of 67 and lows of 54 with morning showers. Wednesday, we have showers with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 57. Friday, we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 72 degrees and a low of 53. Saturday, going to the weekend, we have partly cloudy skies, so it's clearing up a little bit. High of 74 degrees, low of 53, partly cloudy. Sunday, we have high of 76 degrees with a low of 52, sunny skies. And Monday, we have a high of 77 degrees and a low of 54 with sunny skies. Watching Portage County. I'll see you all again next Monday. Back to you guys at the desk, Nuried and Dom.
Thank you, Nick. LEGO has ditched its plan to make bricks from recycled plastic bottles after 3 years of testing the more climate-friendly recycled material. LEGO said it found that the manufacturing process would cause more planet heating pollution than the current production of oil-based bricks. The company also found that the recycled plastic wasn't as durable and safe, and bricks didn't stick together as well or pull apart as easily.
Amazon said earlier this morning they would invest up to $4 billion in the artificial intelligence startup company Anthropic. They make this move to try and keep pace with rivals such as Microsoft and Google, which have already dabbled into AI research. These tech giants have been partnering with up-and-coming AI startups by providing computing power and cash to help develop new models and applications.
Now, the Biden administration has announced more than $1 billion in funding for rail infrastructure safety. It will go towards 70 projects in 35 states, and Ohio is receiving more than $26 million. This comes after a series of high-profile rail accidents, including February's toxic derailment in East Palestine. However, an administration official said that none of the funding is going to that community because there were no grant applications from the town. One of your favorite shows might be getting a reboot. Who might come back for this new version of The Office?
The Browns clash with the Titans on Sunday. Could Deshaun and company bounce back, or would the Titans come out of Cleveland with a win?
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hello folks, I'm Pat Sartor, and from wild scoring totals in the NFL and hometown victories to wild finishes for the Kent soccer team, we've got a packed slate, so let's dive in. The Kent golf team is ramping up for a busy slate of upcoming tournaments. The ladies, tied for 6th in their previous tournament in Lansing, Michigan, will now look to move up on the boards today in Toledo against a tough grouping of teams. For the men, they look to go from a second-place finish in the Gopher Invitational previously to now a first-place finish in the Wyndon Memorial as Kent travels to Illinois looking to claim the crown. That tournament also beginning today, and we'll have the conclusion of that tomorrow. The Wagon Wheel Showdown took place on the soccer field Sunday as Kent and Akron had a defensive battle in the first half, but per usual, it was a story of two halves. The Kent offense pulled through in the latter half of the match. Akron started the scoring, but Kent finished it off. With 2 goals from Eliza Arthur and Kelsey Slawapek, they came out on top 2-1. Next time we'll see the soccer team will be at home right here at Dick's Stadium. It's coming Thursday against Eastern Michigan. And what a game in Miami yesterday, resulting in one of the highest scoring games in NFL history. While it was a close 14-7 after the first quarter, adding a kick return for both teams, factor in both Dolphins running backs scoring 4 touchdowns, and the rout was on. A 7-20 final score from a historic day in Miami. Tonight, to kick off Monday Night Football, there's a doubleheader at 7:15. That's going to be followed by the Rams and Bengals at 8:15. For the Eagles and Bucks, I expect a shootout, with the Eagles coming out on top. That line on both sides of the ball for Philadelphia, matched with experience, should be enough for the Eagles to pull out a victory. While I expect the well-coached Rams to take care of a battered and bruised Eagles team, sneaking out with a last-minute victory over Cincinnati. A wild week in Kent sports and a wild weekend around the NFL. With October baseball blooming soon, there's a lot to look forward to in the world of sports. I've been Pat Sartor. Now, back to the news.
One of the biggest streaming giants will be ending an auction to their customers that lasted 2.5 decades. We'll have more information later on.
Welcome back. A reboot of the US version of The Office could be in the works. It's unclear if standouts Steve Carell, John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, Mindy Kaling, and Rainn Wilson would be in it. A Collider article from last year's quotes Daniels as saying he's not sure about bringing back the same characters. Rather, he thinks a new version of The Office should be part of the original program's universe.
The Netflix infamous red envelope DVD shipping will officially end this week. Many forget it started out as a mail-order DVD rental option, but that service has fallen significantly because of the company's streaming dominance. The company says in the following years it had 40 million unique subscribers and mailed out upwards of 5 billion DVDs. The DVD service will end Friday after a fantastic 25-year run.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I only know about my grandmother sometimes renting Netflix stuff, but that was the first time I heard of Netflix, and then when I heard the streaming option, I was like, wait, you mean they always did the streaming option? He was like, no, it used to be DVD. And I'm like, that blows my mind sometimes.
It kind of doesn't make sense because they have the streaming option. You have a TV and you need a TV to watch the DVD.
Well, have you rented a Redbox before?
No.
Well, Redbox outside of any like CVS or Walgreens, they usually stick there, and then you would go get something much like Netflix. That's basically what it would be. Redbox would basically be Netflix. But fun fact though about that Netflix deal that's ending is that anybody that's still subscribed to it will get 10 free DVD rentals on Netflix. So
that's kind of interesting, not gonna lie to you. I didn't know about that.
I wish I was a part of it because I want to watch stuff.
Well, thank you for teaching me.
Oh, of course.
What about The Office? What do you think about it?
Now, The Office is something I haven't dabbled into too much. I used to watch it a little bit, but The Office having a reboot might pique my interest in watching the entire thing now. Just because I really like I like anything streaming-wise. I like anything TV-wise. So that'll be fun.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight at 6. Thank you so much for joining us.
Make sure to follow TV2 News on social media at Kent Wired to stay up to date with the latest. I'm Dom O'Brien.
And I'm Nuried. Have a great night, Portage County.